Shalom, shalom, Yashar Allah. I'm going to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rahakadash, which in the pay of Hebrew tongues, created the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to your sister brothers living in this truth. Shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. As we got before us, Yashar Allah, it looks like Esau is gearing up for a military draft. And they're going to have a draft. It's not a question, will they have a draft? It's a question of when they're going to have a draft. Why? Because World War III is upon us. So I'm going to read this article, but I already kind of, giving out the warning. It says, retired combat Marine recommends bringing back limited draft. Could the U.S. military bring back the draft after 50 years? On January 27, 1973, Defense Secretary Melvin R. Lade announced the end of the military draft following the end of the Vietnam War. But could the U.S. bring back a limited draft to help in the war between Russia and Ukraine? In a recent opinion piece on military.com, Joe Plensler, a retired combat decorated Marine Lieutenant Colonel who served as a strategic advisor for communication to 2 to 3 successful combatants of the Marine Corps from 2010 to 2015, suggested that the all-volunteer force has reached a breaking point and that the fastest, most effective way to resolve this recruiting crisis is to change how we recruit. Don't force your butt to join. That's what they're going to do. Plensler's solution is to have the military recruit new troops for 11 months out of the year and then have the selective service draft the rest to meet the military's needs. So they're talking about doing a military draft because a lot of Babylonian Americans are not signing up for the military like they used to. Why? Because the whole morale of this place is done with, and like everybody can see World War III is about to kick up. So with you knowing your country about going to war, why would you sign up for the military? Unless you just got that, that bloodlust in you to go do that. But a lot of people, I noticed Edomites that had that bloodlust about them, they don't even want to sign up for the military because they used to have something to fight for. Now, it's like, what are you fighting for? You're fighting for grown men to go in the women's bathroom. You're fighting for children to get hormone therapy. And then as a man, you fight for a country that tells you being a man is bad. They call it toxic masculinity. So your whole being as a man is under attack. And what you don't feel like going to fight for that. Everything in this country just went into the toilet. And nobody want to fight for that. They need to go. So let me see. I'm going to read a little bit more. It says, Plensler didn't mention Ukraine in his article, but could the U.S. bring back the draft if the U.S. did put boots on the ground in Ukraine? Considering our military is already stretched thin, it's supposed to be stretched thin, following the wars of Afghanistan and Iraq and recruitment issues. They don't even proofread their own articles. On July 13th, President Biden ordered 3,000 reservists to be ready for Europe deployments. This has been activated several times in the past 75 years, usually preceding war, signaling the U.S. involvement with Ukraine may be about to expand. And that's so true, because it is. And here is just showing some numbers of all the presidents that have called up, certain troops. I noticed they didn't show how much Bush's son called up. They ain't got that number. But it's showing you numbers of all the troops they called up. I'll probably put this article in the comment section, the description box, if you want to read it, Yashar Allah. But I just wanted to just pull it to show you that they flexing. They're going to gear up to do that draft. And that's gonna cause panic because a lot of and see this time this draft gonna be different because not only can men be caught up, women gonna get caught up as well in this draft. And I want to say they probably gonna start off the first round be 18 to probably I think 25 or 26. I could be mistaken. Marak, he told us the ages. You know, Marak, if you listen to this put the ages on the military. The first draft they're gonna do. You know the age range, because I can't remember, but I know first round draft picks I think gonna be 18 to 26, and then they'll go 26 to 45. You know this for whatever they need. You know, ex-military, you know about it, but they are flexing about a draft, and there will be a military draft. You know, this is all prophesied in the Bible that Esau had problems getting people in this military and people to go out and really just fight these little silly wars that Esau done heaped on himself. So let's go to Jeremiah 51 and 30. And it reads, "The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They became as women." That's dang near literally. We're trying to be. "They have burnt their dwelling places. Her bars are broken." So that shows you this precept right here is why Esau, you know, particularly the Babylonian, the American Edomites, can't get people recruitment in their militaries. We at the end of their run. And nobody wants to fight for Esau anymore. Not even for the benefits. And I like the part that said they become as women. It's a lot of, I heard Transformers in the military now. You know, trying to be women. Like, you got a lot of those in the military, man. You think they ready to go bang on something, man. They used to digesting social media and playing Call of Duty. Meanwhile, you look at Moab, Russian troops, they breaking bricks with their hands. You know, they really, they some mighty men. And they look good like Esau in America, Babylon. He's going to need that advanced technology to even put up a fight. If it goes to infantry troops, hey, Babylonian America will get ran through real easy. Real easy. Because this precept right here puts it on the head. You know, says they might have failed. Man, I ain't really no list tough dudes in Babylon the Great like that, especially in the military. You know, this is a place of comfort, man. They relax, they comfortable. They ain't ready to get out there like that. And if they do got a group like that, they might get out there and get mowed out real quick. And then what? And then what? See, this the thing right here, y'all, Sharala. And I ain't got a scripture to back up the statement I'm about to make. I'm just talking like, you know, as a man, what I believe is about to go down. Now, Russia is waiting their time out. China is too. They're waiting for a crisis to happen to Babylon the Great. I believe that way they can make their moves. Because once something happens to Babylon the Great, and they got to put their attention on America, I feel like, you know, I believe that Putin, you know, Russia is going to make a move for Poland, which is going to initiate a fight with NATO. So therefore, the U.S. will have to jump in and send resources that way to fight that battle. And I believe at the same time that happens, China's going to invade Taiwan, and then Babylon the Great America's going to send troops that way as well. Now, you know, like I know, that's splitting your forces up. We just read the article, you already low on numbers. So now you got to split your forces up, and you got to need troops here to deal with, you know, your insurrections and seditions over here, the uproars. So they're about to go out the same way ancient Rome went out. The military spread too thin. They're about to lose. I think that's why the BRICS nations are so cocky, because you can just, like us coming, you know, we can see that L coming. You don't have the resources. You have too many enemies. You got all of Africa against you. It's against Babylon the Great. NATO might get pissed off because of Babylon, you know, America ain't doing enough of the war over there. And then they got to send troops to help Taiwan fight off China. They got too many enemies. Way too many enemies. And don't nobody want to go and fight this losing battle, which is why they're going to have to force people to go. by doing a military draft. You know, we got a lot of loved ones might get caught up in that draft and got to go over there and fight for a very dumb cause. Like, it ain't even a noble cause to fight anymore in Babylon the Great. And so I'm going to pull this right here. Let's go to Jeremiah 50 and 41. And it reads, "Behold, a people shall come from the north, a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth." So it goes, man, you got them Hamites, you know, the rulers in them countries, them kings, they rising up. You know, it said that people should come from the north, man. That's Russia. Russia is like on east and they up north. And they coming down on them. It said a great nation. Russia has their sword built up. Those are Edomites as well. You can't forget that, Yashrala. Russia, those Russians, those are Edomites. And they've been building up their sword while in Babylon the Great America, their sword been getting messed up. They've been letting too much filth in that has eroded the society over here to where the whole morale is at an all-time low. All-time low. And it said many kings should be raised up. Putin is raising up kings with them Hamite African countries. Putin is raising them up, which that's the Lord raising them up. And there's something else to let you know this is very spiritual, Yashrala. Like when you look at it, why is it that Putin still got his wisdom? The Europeans are still making smart moves over there, you know, as far as Russia go. But yeah, you look at Babylon the Great, America, and they're making very dumb, boneheaded moves. They losing their wisdom. You know why? Because the Lord wants Babylon the Great, Virgin Daughter of Babylon, which is America, to go down. And you can see she's about to go down. It's like they got him in a check. You know, you playing chess and you in check. You ain't lost yet, but you in the move to where you about to lose. And that's how Babylon the Great is losing, man. They in check. And the Lord is going to checkmate Babylon the Great pretty soon. Real soon. Oh, and I want to pull up another article too. Let's go get some. Check this out. Incoming news. It says Massachusetts. That off there. Massachusetts governor declared state of emergency amid influx of migrants seeking shelter. So Massachusetts governor Maura Healey declared a state of emergency Tuesday, citing an influx of migrants seeking shelter at a time when the cost of housing, already in short supply, continues to rise. There are nearly 5,600 families, or more than 20,000 people, many of whom are migrants, currently living in state shelters, including infants, young children, and pregnant women. This is up from around 3,100 families a year ago, about an 80% increase, Healy said. So, check that out, Yashrala. You best believe it's either some Chinese, Moabite insurgents in there, or some Russian, Edomite insurgents in there. Like, Babylon the Great is in a trick bag so bad, I feel like they're already invading Babylon the Great. Because, like, that's like a Trojan horse move. You sneak in troops, like, they already getting in place. This place is really already about to be, you know, checkmated. And check this out. This is something else interesting. Let you know they doing this on purpose. It says many of the migrants are arriving by plane from other states. In the past 48 hours alone, she said, 50 migrant families have landed in the state in need of shelter. It's exponentially more than our state has ever served in our emergency assistance program, she said. These numbers are being driven by a surge in new arrivals in our country who have been through some of the hardest journeys imaginable. So right now the borders are open. And, you know, Esau, Edom, you know, the Babylonian American Edomites, they're just taking anybody in. Because the politicians, the regiment that's in have already sold out to elite bankers. And they're selling out the people. And they're letting in, you know, the enemy in the gate. That way it'll start insurrection, it'll start issues. And it's just making it bad for Edomites, period. Because when the fight kicks up, the military is not going to have enough to quell all these insurrections all over the world. It's not about to happen. They're about to lose. That's what's about to happen. Babylon the Great will be destroyed. You know, because World War III is kicking up. Now, World War III is not going to happen until that MOTB gets made mandatory, which is coming around the corner real soon. Real soon. So, prophecy is moving, y'all, Sharala. It's moving real quick. And this is a time, to lock into this truth. Because I'm just waiting on them to initiate this military draft. All it takes is a little something to happen. They're going to call up, and we'll see how many they call into action. That's just low morale. Like, if you get drafted to be in the military, I feel like you're just going to be cannon fodder if you're an Israelite. Just speaking for real, you're just going to be cannon fodder. It's going to be like that episode of South Park, that movie. Not the episode, the movie South Park. Bigger, Longer, Uncut, where they had Chef, and they had a whole military situation. They said, Operation Get Behind the Darkies, so that our people can die, so their stuff can live. Like, check that movie out, Yasharala. Basically, what Esau gonna do if you get drafted. He's gonna do that. So I want to leave off with this right here, because I just want to show you that they issuing national emergencies. They got they sneaking them in already, man. Babylon the Great has just got they straight pants down, or should I say panties down. They want to fight for this country, which tells you being a man is wicked. No toxic masculine. Who want to fight for that? That's why I talked to my aunt, Jeremiah Gabar. He always calls this place a queendom, and he's right. This thing represents women. It worships women. So why should men fight for that when they keep getting stepped on, money taken away? These women are wicked. Babylon the Great has made the most horrible women if you want like wifey material. Most of these women ain't relationship material in Babylon the Great. Point blank, period. And who want to fight for that? None of these men want to fight for that. Nobody want to go fight for Esau's pockets and his whores. Nobody want to do that. They're going to have to just force people out there with the gun. Like I said, they force them out there. Dude, this might just run off the thing and just, go AWOL. So he ain't going to be trying to fight the people with a ferocious thing. He only want to be in the military. You drafted him. So it's not like the morale here is not looking good for Babylon the Great at all. And see, this is why the draft is going to get initiated. Let's go to Revelation. Revelation 11 and 14. And this is Revelation 11:14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And that third woe is talking about the Third World War, which be the end of Esau Edom's rulership and his kingdom. And it's talking about World War III, because it said the second woe was past. So we count 3 woes. And if you look at it with a spiritual eye, we done had 2 world wars. And this third one is already, the players are already in place. BRICS nations versus NATO versus, Babylon the Great, America. And they're going to lose their NATO ally. When that happens, it's really over. It's really over. You can see that about to happen. The beast is starting to hate that whore, which the beast is the European Union, and the whore is Babylon the Great, America. If they lose NATO, it's a wrap. That's the only reason they got even a chance of trying to fight Putin in China and all these BRICS nations they got, rolling with them. India, everybody, It's like NATO and America versus the world. It was going down to. Because I feel like South Korea is going to go back to North Korea. They're going to combine again. I feel like Japan is going to line up with China. And Esau is going to be Eastern Edomites versus Western Edomites. White on white crime, as they like to say in the streets. And you talk about black on black crime, now it's about to be Edomite on Edomite crime. And all we got to do is get out the way. Let these devils bang. This is their stuff. We getting ready for that righteous kingdom. We getting ready for the kingdom of heaven. That's what we about to do. So with that, hope it's been edifying. Hope it's been informative. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shah, Kwam Yashar Allah, Detail Baba Bab, Shalom.